rules to decide the ranking or to decide the priority of the groups or atoms which are attached to the chiral carbon or to the asymmetric carbon. Right? Let's move to the next uh, step. So this is the first step. In the first step, what we did, we only are doing the assignment of priorities. So that is the first step. So we haven't done much here, just assigning the priority. But that actually completes our, or that is actually more than sufficient, the most important part of this, because after this, there is nothing much left. So what are we going to do in step 2? In step 2, so, and even the example of this I'll show in the step with step 2 itself. Once the order of priorities or the ranks of the 4 atoms or groups directly attached to the chiral carbon has been decided, the molecule is then oriented in space in such a way that the group of the lowest priority is directed away from us. Right? So the group which has the lowest priority, we have decided the group. Now the lowest priority group should be in the 3D. In 3D, it should be away from us. So how do we draw the 3D structure? There are the one which we have already seen is this projection method, right? Where, say, for example, say we have bromo, chloro, iodo, methane, the same first example. Chloro, iodo, methane. Right. So the structure which we have seen earlier had this bromo, chloro, iodo, and hydrogen. And what priority we have decided? To the hydrogen, we gave priority least or highest priority to iodine, second highest to bromine, then to chlorine, and then to hydrogen. This was the simple, right? Okay. Now we have to write it in such a way, or we have to draw it in such a way that the lowest priority gets the, or is farthest from us, right? It is directed away from us. Now, in order to understand it, you take example of the steering wheel of our car, the steering of our car, and with the lowest priority representing the steering rod, the circle which is there on which we keep our hand, right? The wheel on which we keep our hand, that is in front, and what is away from us, that steering rod that is away from us. So that portion will have, or that portion which is away from us, that will have hydrogen, or the least priority element, or the group. So in 3D, if you know how to represent tetrahedron molecule, we represent it like this: 3 centers or 2 bonds on the plane. So this means there are 3. This is the central carbon. This is 1 bond. This is second bond, and these are on the plane. So that means that is one place, right? Then 1 is towards us. This is coming from this plane or the screen towards you, right? And 1 will go away from you. So the one which is away from you, that is going or moving at the back of your screen, so that we show by dashed lines. Right? So what is our rule? The lowest one should be at the back. That means we'll say this is hydrogen. Out of these 4, the lowest priority is this 4, that is hydrogen. So that is in the that is going away from us. Now we have the other three. So if in going from group of, once we have done this, then in going from group of highest priority to the group of second priority and then to the group of third priority, that is from first to second to third priority, the eye should move in a clockwise direction. If our eye is moving, if we are, I mean, if you write it like this and then you represent this, like for example here, this will be iodine, right? And this, suppose it is bromine, and this is chlorine. So bromine and chlorine are in the plane, iodine is towards you, and hydrogen is in the back of the screen. Now, because hydrogen is in the back of the screen, that means you are not seeing it. What you are seeing is only these three: iodine, bromine, and chlorine. Now you try to and write their priorities as well. So iodine has the highest priority, then bromine, then chlorine, and hydrogen had 4. Because hydrogen is not visible to us, the lowest priority, not visible to us, leave it. What is visible? This I, Br, and Cl. Now move from 1 to 2 to 3. 1 to 2 to 3. Move in this order. So if you will move in this order, in this case, what will happen? I'll move like this, right? This is clockwise direction. You just move and then you decide whether the move was clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this move was clockwise direction. Now, is there any other possibility? We have seen it has other possibility, that is Cl here, H here, Br, and I. Right. And if we draw that structure, again, we have to keep H in the background. H won't come in the front. So it's mirror image only we have to make. And how will that look like? Again, Br will be here itself. This is the central carbon. Then the hydrogen, which is here, its mirror image will be like this. And then in the same plane, we have Br and Cl in the same plane, so they will not change their plane. So even the Cl will be here. What is left? Iodine. So iodine will be here. That is coming out from the plane. This is its mirror image, right? And mirror image, and we have drawn these. Yeah, this is iodine, this is bromine, this is chlorine, this is hydrogen. Now their priority. So hydrogen is 4, 1, 2, and 3. Now if you are coming, that is, you are moving from 1 to 2 to 3, and you draw a line. Your line will be like this. This is anti-clockwise. That means your movement is anti-clockwise, right? And here your movement was clockwise. So now we have to just assign the name. When we are moving in clockwise direction, we will give it R configuration. So the name here, now we have to name it. So name here is R. So it is R. We write it in bracket. The configuration we write it in bracket because that is just a configuration, right? And the name of the compound, that is bromo chloro iodomethane, right? And this one where you are moving in anti-clockwise direction, that is S. So S bromo chloro iodomethane. You can understand it and write it the complete name. Now, a way to understand is when we write R, the curve here is in this direction. So that is clockwise. And when you write S, this is the curve that is in anti-clockwise direction. So this is R and this is S, just to remember, that's all. Or whenever there are two things which are confusing, best way is to remember only one thing. So out of this, remember only this, that while writing R, your pen moves in, in writing the curve or in drawing the curve, you are moving in the clockwise direction. So that is R configuration. So if you are moving in clockwise direction, that will be always R configuration, and the one which is left, that will be S configuration. Now this is when you have a structure in 3D, or when you have when you have drawn the 3D structure, right? So now we have to see this 3D structure again. If we can draw it, there is no problem in that, but drawing that is, as you have seen, it is little difficult and time consuming. So there must be a method to assign R and S nomenclature or configuration to Fisher projection. Fisher projection means the one which we have seen earlier. So even in that, the first step remains same, that is assign priorities. And then after assigning the priorities, we move ahead just like we have done in the step 2 in the previous. So if the atoms or group of lowest priority occupies horizontal position, right, this position, horizontal position, left or right in the Fisher projection formula of the organic compound, then make two interchanges of atoms or groups in such a way that the atom or group of lowest priority is placed either vertically upward or downward. Right? That means what? We don't want the lowest priority number to be on left or right side. Clear? Because I think Fisher projection you must be knowing. Fisher projection means this one. The one on the left and right which you see here, they are actually in the plane, and the top and bottom, out of top and bottom which you see, one will be there in the plane and one will be above the plane, right? So in order to go to the back of the plane, it must be moved to the top or bottom. So that's why we do that. So what we do, that if the atom or group of lowest priority occupies horizontal position, then apply two interchanges of atoms or groups in such a way that the atom or group of the lowest priority is placed either vertically upward or downward. This is done because by convention in this projection, the vertical groups upward or downward are projected away from us. Right? So the vertical groups are projected away from us, and we want, as per the step 2 earlier, we want the lowest priority to be away from us. Right? So the first step is same as the earlier one. Step 2, by interchanging, and we'll see the example, what do we mean by that. By interchanging, we have to achieve something. What do we have to achieve? And when we have to interchange? If lowest group is on horizontal line. This means Are you aware of Fisher projection? I mean, have you studied this earlier in your last class, in your 11th class?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Then no problem. Did you understand the first, this one, the one which we have discussed here?
This one, yeah, this one I understood.
This one?
SNR, yeah.
Okay. No, even the next one is SNR, I mean RNS. But there we are not drawing this 3D structure which you are seeing here. There we are drawing the Fisher projection. And you are saying that you are not aware of that Fisher projection. So what I'll do is I'll send you a video on Fisher projection. And with Fisher projection, I'll send you a video on how to determine